we're going to join this game, and then we're going to start the next game. Protoss versus Zerg, Paranoid Android. All right, again, for those of you who are just joining us, this is a recording of SaviOr, arguably the best StarCraft player of all time, losing to the Chinese player PJ at 2-1 in a series. We just watched the first game where he lost. Now we're going to start up this next game. And again, Paranoid Android. So I'm wondering what happened here. I'm wondering how he played differently. Of course, the map is completely different. This is a map where, as you've seen here, they're both very close together by air, but by land, it's a little bit more of a walk. But again, even then, it's still close. So rushes are quite strong.
SaviOr's in the red, and PJ is in the blue. We're on Paranoid Android. And, I was actually thinking about this and thinking this was probably going to be a short one. But it's hard to tell, obviously, right off the bat, just based off of some of the other matches that we've seen. But ironically enough, Tastes, the matches that we've actually covered for the spectators have been a lot different than the matches that have taken place in the tournament area as well. A lot of very epic matches taking place. I know you were watching quite a few of those. But we are getting started here now in this map, too. This is SaviOr versus PJ. These are the replays.
These are not live games.
Yeah, these are not live.
These are simply the recordings of those games. All right, so PJ opened up with Gateway on 10. Now check this out. He's going to try to use this probe over here to stop his opponent from making a hatchery over here. He's going to micro this probe around because the hatchery has to have enough room to actually plant. Here we see PJ, bam, totally took out that first probe. That's going to hurt him because he's going to have to send out another probe if he wants to scout. PJ decides, okay, if that's how he's going to play, I think I can rush him. He's going to go with a 2-gate.
Yeah, you're right. There it is right there. We see this earlier in the matchups in the round of 16 as well. And I am being told that this game was the shorter of the three. So it'll be interesting to see how this actually turns out here. But the attention of PJ there, obviously to get some quick units there into the base of his opponent's SaviOr.
Absolutely, and as we can see on the replay bar, this game is very short. It's a quick game, so we can assume that that something happened here with a rush that ended the game quite fast. So I'm going to speed this up for just a second, wait for the Zealot to get down here. Now look at that. He's actually going to use that drone to micro that back and forth. I just want to point out how good this is. He's trying to slow down the Zealot as much as possible, let the drone take just 2 hits because it takes 3 to kill it. Now look at PJ. He wants to just try to pick off that drone anyway. Oh my God, he got it anyway. So it's really good control. Now he actually, okay, now look at this. Look at this. Remember how we were seeing all those players send those SCVs and Marines over here? Well, this is kind of a similar logic here. If two probe hits and 2 Zealot hits actually kills a Zergling. So now look, he sent 4 probes down here. Now look, he doesn't have as many probes inside of his main. But that's going to be very difficult for these. Okay, now he's going to try to plant that sunken colony. And look, he's not going to let him. Well, he's got to be very careful about how he controls this.
Well, he was trying to right now. Now he brings in some support here, and a few more Zealots coming in as well. They're going to go to take out the Zerglings. Drones falling as well, and the Zealots really being utilized nicely here. In fact, all the Zerglings gone. No, there's just one more left right there. And the sunken colony now going to come up, but the question is are these Zealots going to get the job done before it actually spawns up? And I guess the question is, or the answer is no. He's going to back those guys off a little bit. 4 Zerglings, and then the drones now heading back down. But the sunken colony is up now, so at least what seemed like a very, very quick rush has been thwarted here just briefly by SaviOr, and now he's going to march these Zerglings past that first bridge and over towards the base where he's actually going to find 2 Zealots here on the ramp. And he's going to back those guys off.
Now, what SaviOr's doing is he's sending these Zerglings around so that now he can't reinforce that rush of Zealots that he was getting. So I'm gonna speed this up to the normal game speed now. I just wanted to slow that down so we could really appreciate how well they're controlling their units. Now look though, SaviOr doesn't really have a lot of drones. He definitely had to spend a lot of money on the sunken colony, on these extra Zerglings. Uh-oh, is he going to trap these? Look, he's controlling them. He's trying to surround these Zealots. PJ splitting up the army. Whoa, nice. Splits up all 3 of those Zealots, gets those out of there. Meanwhile, hiding these 2 down here.
He let
and
those
got some-
Zerglings into his base, though.
Yeah, I just now caught that. And it looks like PJ's doing a really good job. Whoa! He did pick off a few Zealots and some Zerglings over there. Now, there's a lot of microing going on different parts of the map. That's really good, really difficult to do, I should say. Now, look, there's only two Zealots right here. And it looks like meanwhile, SaviOr's rushing in here trying to pick off this gateway, so his opponent can't make any more Zealots.
And he's fairly close, but first Zealot does pop out. Another one about ready to pop, but he's going to take down one of them right as that Zealot pops out. So he did get one unit out of there before it went down. Now Zergling's just going to try to, I guess, go after probes here. Another pylon does get put down, and these Zerglings are probably going to meet their demise here. No, actually, nice job getting those around, and he's going to take them down that ramp and get them out of there. So we got 5 Zealots now, and probably put 2 and leave them at that ramp. You think that was a mistake going after the Zerglings down below and letting those, or moving his Zealots and letting those Zerglings into his base?
It's a tough call. I definitely don't think PJ benefited in any way from that. So I would say it was in SaviOr's favor. SaviOr's doing a really good job of turning this game in his favor. SaviOr trying to get this Dragoon out here, the only ranged unit that he has right now. He wants to pick off this Overlord. Meanwhile, it's turned into a micro battle where SaviOr's trying to save this Overlord by using these units to try to pick off this Overlord. But look at how well he's controlling his units. He's basically picking off more of the Zerglings, and the Zerglings are picking off this one Dragoon. Here they come again, but it looks like SaviOr might be able to position it in a location where the Overlord cannot find it.
Well, he managed to stop that force right there, and I think he's probably going to take this down.
Yeah, he will, and that's going to hurt SaviOr. He's going to have to remake that Overlord. Meanwhile, SaviOr going straight 3-hatch Hydralisk, kind of like what we saw Mondragon originally try to do against his opponent Stork, but it did not work out.
Was the fact that gateway went down that we saw go, well, he's, I guess, bringing a new one up right now. I was going to ask how much you thought that affected the production of his units early on in the matchup.
Oh, it definitely affected his production. I mean, you just don't want to lose a gateway. Protoss is a race that doesn't produce a whole lot of units really fast. They produce really strong technical units really slowly, whereas Zerg produce a whole bunch of weaker but very fast units. So in a case like this, it definitely hurt him to lose that gateway. But it, also note that it looks like SaviOr's going to go ahead and get go for these Hydralisks and then get the layer. But look, oh, okay, hold on. He's got a shuttle. It's full of Zealots. Suddenly he's going to drop it in the back of this base. It does not look like SaviOr was prepared for this at all. And this is not good because he's already making a reaver out of this thing. Suddenly SaviOr's sending a part of his army over here. He's going to try to go for the spawning pool. Is he going to get the spawning pool? SaviOr looks like he might have waited a little bit too long there, Marcus, and it looks like I think he might actually get it. And if he gets it, he might not get Zergling speed.
Absolutely. He got it. He's going to let those Zealots go down there. SaviOr responding just a little bit late to that one, and I think that was a good move. At the same time, we do have some Zerglings going into the main base here of PJ. PJ is not going to have much of a problem taking them out. And now, I guess he lost that observer over here, so this is his way of scouting to find out what else is going on in there, because I did not see a new one going over there. Reaver?
Yeah, look, right now, there's two things going on. First of all, SaviOr's trying to force his opponent to not gather more units into that shuttle to get inside this this main base over here. And PJ is trying to pick off some drones at that expansion now. He just lost the spawning pool. And at some point in time or another, SaviOr's going to have to stop focusing his attention on units and start to remake that spawning pool, and he hasn't done that yet. Now look, here's how he's decided to respond to this. PJ has, excuse me. He's going to send his army down here. He's got 2 Reavers now. Now the question is he going to use the shuttle and the 2 Reavers? The Reavers are, of course, an incredibly powerful unit for Protoss. Every Scarab that they fire costs minerals, so that's just how good they are. He's going to send that over here, and he's going to possibly do a push.
Looks like he is going to drop them right here. And they're going to start firing away at the sunken colonies. In come the Zerglings. And we will have it picked up, then dropped once again. And Reaver's piece.
He definitely took out. It was a really nice job of taking out those Reavers. I was really impressed with that. Now look, PJ has decided not to expand. You know, if you haven't noticed, I mean, he's really playing this out in a very aggressive way. Now excuse me, SaviOr did lose a lot of Hydralisks though, and if he can replenish the Reaver and the Shuttles. Look, he's getting Dragoon range. He's going to do an all-out push on the front of his base. This is fairly risky. This is not something that's typical to do. I mean, basically, PJ decided that in this moment, in this window of time, if he can get a Reaver and these Dragoons, he can just rush in there and take them out. Uh-oh, and look at this. He's going to go around to the backside. Suddenly, it occurred to PJ that there are no sunken colonies here, and he would be completely unprepared to be hit from this angle.
He's going to find a drone in the back, easily take him out, and you're absolutely right here. Extractor going up, but he's going to, oh, look at these, we've definitely got a bunch of Hydrals trying to intercept this attack here from the south, trying to backdoor him here, and he is being very successful here. These Dragoons are just dropping those units like crazy. He's going to go after the Extractor now. Extractor is going to go up and then instantly go down.
Now, this is a really interesting move over here. SaviOr can't mine minerals from here. And that's going to be really bad for him because he needs all the minerals. But look at that, SaviOr is so fast in his responses. He immediately sends all these Hydralisks over here. And meanwhile, okay, hold that thought. Here come those Hydralisks. He's going to try to counterattack and go into his opponent's base, but the Reaver is already out. Now he has to control this perfectly. Look at how SaviOr splits up the Hydralisks so that they cannot all be killed in one blast.
Right.
2 more Dragoons pop out.
Nicely done. Reaver's going to be dropped once again here by this Shuttle, and that was very impressive there. Reaver doing some splash damage there with those shots. And we got a few more Hydralisks coming in, 2 Dragoons and that Reaver. The Reaver's about ready to fall once again, not picked up there by the Shuttle. Now, is this army down below doing anything? It looks like it's now moving into position.
It took out a hatchery actually down here.
It did.
So I mean, that means that suddenly SaviOr's not going to be able to mine minerals from that location very quickly. But look, SaviOr has these Hydralisks inside of his base. I mean, I don't know how this game ends right now. But suddenly PJ's like, oh crap, I actually need to get back here and save myself or I could lose this game right now. Suddenly Shuttle comes up here, grabs that Reaver, saving it from being killed by those Hydralisks. Puts it down. Reaver's pissed. Going to take out a few of these Hydralisks right now.
The Dragoon army is about ready to come back in and backdoor these Hydralisks right here. They're going after this Reaver. Reaver might take down a couple more. There's one. Last Hydralisk exterminated. And it is stopped by PJ. He moved those Dragoons at the right time there and stopped that complete assault. Hydralisks are not very successful on that one. Now going through the southern bridge, Tasteless.
Yeah, he's going to try to go around him, I think. Or he also wants to check that spot. That'd be a good place to expand. Because, again, PG's only just now expanding, but SaviOr really hasn't been able to utilize his expansion. Look at how these drones really have to go around the hatchery to drop off the minerals. That slows him down. That basically sucks for Zerg. So at this point in time, PJ has not bothered to tech into like a Citadel and get Templar Archives or gets also legs. He's sticking with his Dragoon Reaver. Now PJ caught these Hydralisks, which are hiding over here, perhaps to be used as a counterattack during the Reaver push. He realizes that, and he's going to come up here and try to do it again. SaviOr, we really likes to counterattack a lot in a situation like this. Not a bad idea, though. He's going to once again rush up here, trying to pick off that Hydralisk, going onto the high ground, barely saving that Reaver. Really nice play.
And the Dragoons came in from the back there, too, as well, Tasteless. So that was definitely a winnable battle by PJ. I think he knew that. All that's left here, I mean, the army of SaviOr has really diminished. I mean, all that he's got here is this group of 5 Hydralisks, and they're heading down south once again, but you can see there by the progress bar.
Reaver drop right up here. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Marcus.
No,
it looks like this
good.
Reaver drop came right up here, and he's going to get that drop!
Oh.
And that will really hurt his economy. It looks like he's going to be making another Reaver. Now, see, if you notice, SaviOr only just now remade his spawning pool. Now, I'm not going to lie, that is a little bit sloppy, although I guess he didn't necessarily need Zerglings to fight Dragoon Reaver, but still. SaviOr's kind of been stuck going Hydralisk with speed, and it's slowly but steadily not working. As every once in a while, his opponent, PJ, can just sneak into his base and drop a Reaver there, pick off some drones, and it looks like he's finally got this expansion up. But look, the counterattacking Hydralisks are coming up here now. They're going to try to deal a lot of damage here now. Here comes the Reaver. 2 Reavers right now. Now it's all up to whether or not SaviOr can hold this off. Meanwhile, these Reavers sneak back here. And he needs to drop that Reaver. There we go. Okay, Reaver's coming out now.
He's not going to have much problem right here. And, you know, those Hydralisks, there's 5 of them in the back with 3 Dragoons holding off on that. At the same time, His expansion here to the south is just getting hacked and slashed as the Pytalists do move in here, but I think the damage has already been done, Tasteless.
It looks like an excellent Reaver micro, too. Yeah, there's just no way he can stop that, especially when you micro those Reavers as well as that. And that is how PJ beat him in the next game. So let's take a look at this last game.
All right, we're going to take a quick break as we load up this third game, and we'll have the final matchup of PJ versus SaviOr here in just a moment.